It is time for another theme park coasting top 10 video where we count down the top 10 rides and attractions at theme parks from all around the world. So join me today as we count down the top 10 rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Starting off at number 10, we have Arrows Skyforce, the ride where you can fly your very own stunt plane for, let's just say, a pretty crazy experience. Unlike your normal rides where you just sit and head around till the end, Skyforce's interactive element just brings this ride to the next level, as instead of just soaring through the air, which, don't get me wrong, would still be awesome, you have two levers located next to you, and by moving these you can make your plane flip upside down. Therefore, no matter whether you want a nice relaxing flight or want to flip non-stop through the air, then this is the ride for you. If you are scared of heights, skip to number 8 as for our number 9 spot we have Ice Blast. Now standing at a total of 210 foot high on the coast, it may already give you the shivers. Did you see what I did there? But this just keeps getting scarier, as this SNS power tower will not just drop you but also launch and bounce at 80 miles per hour, causing even the biggest thrill seekers in the group to let out the biggest scream. For our number 8 spot on our top 10 list, we have Nickelodeon Streak, and despite the name making it sound a lot like a calm kiddie ride, it is far from that. This wooden roller coaster located in, believe it or not, Nickelodeon land will race you around the park, completing many drops, airtime hills and turns at a speed of 35 miles per hour. Although all of this fun does come at a queue, and with there only being one train for the 2-minute duration of the ride, queues can get pretty long. So over here on Theme Park Coasting, we would suggest running to this ride first if you want to maximise your day. On your marks, get set, go, as on our number 7 spot, Grand National, you will experience a race like no other. Once boarded your car, you will head off into an initial lift hill, followed by a 62-foot drop, hundreds of airtime hills and many classic wooden coaster turns, which is pretty crazy for a coaster of its age. However, it does not stop there, as you will be doing all of this while racing another car around the track. How cool is that? Therefore, there is no reason in my eyes not to have a ride on Grand National, and if it does get the RMC treatment, well, I don't need to explain how cool a ride like Twisted Colossus would be. It is time to head on to Blackpool Pleasure Beach's oldest roller coaster, because coming in at number 6 we have the Big Dipper, which opened back in the year 1923. So I think just for the history alone of this 100-year roller coaster is worthy of a ride, but in a matter of fact the experience does not disappoint either. Of course, this is not the smoothest of coasters, however what you do get is an authentic wooden roller coaster experience with some great views, big drops and surprisingly good bank turns. Just don't sit at the back, and if you've ever sat there you will know why. Top 5, and coming in for the number 5 position we have Valhalla. Now currently this ride is undergoing a 2-year refurbishment finishing this year, so maybe once it does open again it would be higher on the list, but at the moment I'm going to judge it from my 2019 experience. For starters, what can I say apart from you get soaked, but I will talk about that later on. From the moment that you leave the station on this ride, you will be immersed in all of the caves, seeing animatronics, fire effects in addition to a lot of props. It is not all easy sailing though, as you have not one drop but two, with one going backwards and the other getting you drenched, really finishing off the ride with a splash. At number 4 we have Avalanche, and if you have ever wanted to race down a mountain on a toboggan, then this would be the next best thing. For anyone who is not a theme park enthusiast, this is a toboggan ride and it is pretty much what it sounds like. a row of toboggans which will race down a guided track. And even though off-ride it does look, well, not that fast or intense, on-ride it is a total different experience. From the second that your car gets off that lift hill, you will literally fly all around the track through many helixes, as well as so many turns which words really can't describe. So if you have never done this ride before, then it is a must-do attraction, and if you have, you know that you'd want to do it again and again. Here we enter the top 3 rides at the park, and for this position we have Revolution, the only ride in the world where the queue line is more scary than the ride itself. Nevertheless, if you can brave the 56-foot wobbly queue line, which I'm not going to lie when I say your heart will jump out of your body, the ride is actually very short but also sweet. I think just looking at this ride it is quite self-explanatory, but in a nutshell you will shoot off down a drop, complete a loop and head back up again. But here is the best part, as when you do all of that you do it again backwards, making it not only one of the best coasters to go backwards looping on in the UK, but also a credit that you will never forget. Between number 2 and number 1 it was tough, however after a lot, and I mean a lot of consideration, we have decided to put the famous big one at number 2. Out of all the rides located at the Pleasure Beach, this has to be the most famous attraction, and since its debut in 1994, this has always been a fan favourite with all of its ahead of the time elements towards the ride. Most importantly though, this is the tallest roller coaster in the UK, and trust me when I say, when you reach at 213 foot height and look across the ocean, you will find out whether you are scared of heights or not. Other elements on this attraction does include one of my favourite drops, as you literally twist at 74 miles per hour, humongous hills, helixes and a pretty cool tunnel section at the end. So if this does not make you want to ride, I honestly don't know what will. Maybe the fact that you also do all of this with lap bars. How cool is that? We have made it to the number 1 spot at the park, and even though it may seem impossible to have a ride better than Big One, Icon in our eyes is the best ride at the park, and here is why. This Mack multi-launch coaster puts everything that you would want in a coaster, from speed to smoothness to a thrilling fun ride, all into this beauty of a coaster. And from the moment which you shoot off on that initial LSM launch, you will know what I mean. If I was going to talk about every single element from here on out, we would literally be here all day, but a few of my favourite parts include a top hat, helixes, mega smooth turns and inversions on the first half ride. Then you get onto the second and it's even better with an element which I don't really know the name of, and all of these other elements done again, causing any guest to get off godsmacked. Honestly, Big One may have the history, but this ride is just plain down awesome, and with all of the Enzo cars coming soon this year, I think it would be one of the best rides at the park for a long time to come. That is it from our top 10 video today. Obviously you will have your own opinions and we would love to see them in the comment section below. Also, if you have enjoyed the video, we have 2 videos that we know you would love at the top, and at the bottom there is our Patreon page as well as subscribe button. But with all that said, there is only one thing left to say. My name is Tom Derrick from Theme Park Coastin, and I will see you for the next video. Goodbye.